Hello and welcome to another episode of The Grandest Adventure. It is the 15th of February in the year 2022. Hello and welcome. We're going to go ahead and break off quickly into a short recap.
Okay, so on our last adventure, we began right where we left off, obviously, with this new, we hope, companion, new friend, we'll call him right now. He seems like a good guy. Angrim, who is this, seems like a very powerful being. He was an Otterman, very gray haired, has these mage hands. He's lost what seems like a good amount of his arms, and now uses mage hands to support what he lost. He told us a lot about what he already knows of us, and it seems like from the conversations that we had that he is also pledged to Lutera and Masag, just like Merrick. And after moving to that point later on, he needed to go take care of something after we discussed all that. So as he left, Merrick went to follow him in stealthy mode, while Torque and Philo wanted to hang out with the villagers here in this little hold up they have and play with the kids, play some tetherball, relax a little bit, have some fun for once in a while. And while they were playing tetherball with the children, Merrick saw Angrim with the two brothers, which I believe are his children, his two kids. They were in this room where Angrim was casting a spell at a wall, shooting beams out of his arm, and it reminded the type of magic he was using reminded him of when Torque uses the spell Catapult. So basically moving something, and we did find this out later on that does correlate, because what he's doing is moving the whole. I don't want to call this a village. I want to call it something else. What is it?
A
Yes,
sanctuary.
I can call it a village. Sanctuary? Yeah, moving this whole sanctuary underground to a safe location because they need to stay on the move to avoid threats. As he witnessed that, we came back. We all got gathered together again, where he actually did tell us that's what happened. He moves to avoid threats underground. He also told us about the other four siblings that Lutera and Masag have, who those four plus Lutera and Masag would be the six Archfey, and they are most likely trapped just as Masag and Lutera are. So our goal, which we think about at this point, is to look for their siblings and free them, just like we did Lutera and Masag, to hopefully combat this crazy powerful being who is now in our world doing who knows what, because his power from what we saw were nothing like we've ever seen before. So we're going to need some help, and hopefully freeing them, and with all of their help, we'll be able to do something here. That's what I got out of last session, which leaves a lot of questions for basically what happened here is what I have a lot of questions about. Like, how did this whole takeover even start? Because we know when the light was sealed, we know who it was sealed with, but what happened in those years where this guy took power? Does anyone have anything else to add about last session?
I don't think I have anything to add about last session.
Got questions though. You've definitely got questions.
Yeah, so what I wanted to talk about and confirm was that Lutera was in our plane on our plane when she was freed, and that Masag was in the Feywild when she was freed.
Confirmed.
Yes, that's
Right.
what I remember because we ported into Masag's this realm, and it was covered in those black walls, and that's where we got separated from our boy
Yeah,
Tavi.
that's right. That's right. So the other thought was there was like three distinct theories that I think we came up with in the chat, right? The first one being that each family member of the original Seal of the Six could have had a member of the Order of the Archfey that was casting on the other side. I believe I'm interpreting this correctly. That we also had a theory that there was maybe an Order of the Archfey member that was sacrificed on the other side in order to create the seal as like part of the cost of the magic, right? And that if we continue to free Archfey, it will clear the corruption at the anchors, and that will somehow play to our advantage in getting back to our plane of existence and dealing with Baba. Thoughts?
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned with the information we have right now, I think that's the goal is to free these other Archfey, see what these anchors really include. It's like, do we need to? Because I had thoughts like, do we really need to? Is it the anchors we need to cleanse, or is it what's going through the anchors that we need to cleanse? Because the anchors are just a link between the two worlds, right? So are they really corrupted themselves, or is the corruption just going through them because they're the link to the other
I
worlds?
guess
So
it's our belief that that's where they're located.
So I'm pretty sure that the anchors. Well, this is I'm not pretty sure, but I'm guessing that the anchors are going to be like the Archfey that are frozen in some kind of black chrysalis thing, like Masag was, and then Merrick's got to touch the glass or whatever and like wake them up or something.
see, but that almost sounds like you're
You
thinking
had to
like
rip the mask.
So do you think the anchors are a new aspect? Like, do you think the anchors are new to when all this started, or they've always been there? Because my philosophy, my thinking is like the anchors have always been there to link these two worlds. And there's only 4 anchors as far as we know, right?
I thought there were
Yeah, I thought there was 6.
Yeah, same.
Is there? Can you? Is that something you can confirm, Craig?
Yeah, there's 6. Or at least you know.
There's
You
6?
think you've been told there are 6.
Okay. I thought there were 4. That's why there was a lot of confusion about the 6 not going. Okay.
Well, even if there's 6, my theory doesn't work because Lutera, we would have already freed 2 of them.
Yeah.
So unless that's what we're thinking, is we only have 4 to go. There's 4 in this world left that we need to do because we already did 2.
Right.
True. So, and we just traveled. So, if we already, that means if I know at some point, maybe my head's just foggy, but I thought there was 4 anchors at some point that we were looking at still. So that means there's 2 that we cleared. So yeah, maybe the anchors are connected to these Fae on our world, so every single Fae might have some kind of temple on the other side of these anchors.
Yeah.
And Lutera would be special because she's the oldest, So she would be the representative on the material plane. That would make sense to me to justify it like that.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, and I think it'd be really neat if one of us was a goddamn cartographer, because I'm interested if you sort of like traced the location of the like temples on our plane, if that wouldn't create the same like respective pattern on the Feywild side if you overlaid the two and like scaled it to
So
be
that was something that I wanted to do actually with Gray Hand, because like Merrick would know like the general shape of the continent, and like we could work together to make a minor illusion map of the
I love
like
that.
the information that we have, and
That's wicked.
and overlay them. That was part of what I wanted to do, and then some other stuff that he wanted to talk to Graybeard about doing.
Okay, well, I mean,
There's no
should we-
such thing as metagaming out of character, right?
Listen, I will tell you.
I just don't want to like say things. that
You
I
can't.
think if it's
let me
too
put it
close.
this way for
I hate the term metagame.
guys. Let me put it.
I
this
just
way
don't
for you.
want to. I just never want to.
We've talked
that guy.
about this
I just
so
never
many
want to be
times,
that guy.
too.
We
I know.
have. but I
Craig
just
will
never
let
wanna
us
be
know.
that-
It's saying.
Okay.
Craig
okay.
will let
listen
us
to me.
know.
Okay, yeah. You're
My
right, you're right.
fears about metagaming are largely non-existent because 1, I am not running a published module, and 2, all of my monsters are reskinned, so you don't actually know what monster block I'm using.
Okay, so my thought
That
is
is
that the
metagaming.
so my thought is that these last 4 anchors are going to be portals to the other world, so we can clear the temples on the other side of this, and we're going to come back, and this is going to be our travel fucking port to the other anchors as well in this world. Because he can already bring us where we need to go.
Who can bring us where we need to go?
This
Greyhound?
guy, he can move the Greyhound.
Oh,
You know what I mean? It was good that
Like,
we go to
we'd be-
this anchor.
we'd be
It's going to be a
fast-
portal. We're going to go up, clear a temple.
We be fast traveling incognito.
fast
The
travel.
only
Go
issue,
to the new anchor.
the only issue is that it's not really an issue. It's just the only thing that like is we're looking for 4, and if they were on the other side, we would only be looking for 2. They would all because Luterra and Misog were 2 different Fae. That's why they had it on 2 different sides of the. Do you
I
think
might be
that-
confused at what you're saying.
Do you think the other Archfey are paired up, and one is on?
No,
when we
they
get
might
to a
not.
location, one is going to be on our side, and we're going to go and free the other one on the other side.
No, I think Luterra and Masag were paired because are they twins? But they were just
all-
paired because
they're
they were
all-
in that location. I think
Pretty
the
sure they're
other
all
ones are going to be on almost different corners of everything, and we're going to have to travel to them. I don't think there's going to be pairs.
So what do you think we need to go back and forth between the planes? Do you think each one's going to have it?
I think
a
each
separate
anchor.
thing on-
So basically, I think Luterra's temple was an anchor. Masag's temple was an anchor. And then the other Archfey's temples are going to be anchors.
Yeah, I think so too, right? Because we're saying that we think that that's where the corruption is, and that also the corruption has one of the Feywild locked in it, like the black glass stuff that Masag was trapped in, right?
Yes, and it makes sense where that corruption is starting from and spreading because it probably took an immense amount of power and that type of corruption to lock the Archfeys away to begin with.
Yeah, and that the Archfey are an immense amount of power themselves, right? So like
Yeah.
it would probably radiate outward from that point, right? So I say we just get after it. What do you guys think?
I agree. I'm sure. Did we even ask this guy last time if he knows where the anchor is? He must know where
I
it
don't
is
think we
in
got to
there.
ask
Yeah,
him very many
no.
questions because he
So
wanted to.
yes, you guys do. You do know he knows where it is because he was telling you of a ritual that happened every 10 years at the site, and he
That's
actually
right.
called it
Yep.
the recall, the REK hyphen ALL. Or sorry, not hyphen, but let me type that up.
Yeah, and then he talked
Apostrophe?
about the happening of where the transfer was supposed to happen, where the Ottoman were supposed to take it from the Amphians, but then the Amphians didn't give it up.
Correct.
What was that ritual called again? Place was
The
a recall, but
the recall.
that was the name of the ritual or the location?
The location that the ritual is performed at. They called it the crossing over.
Another question. How do you guys think Itcoin is turning out in the city that we left? Think it's grown yet?
Absolutely.
I'm sure they gold and silver anymore. That would be pointless. Bitcoin is definitely taking over the economy.
Okay. Has been what,
Actually,
like
our shop
2 weeks.
probably got repossessed because they used the printer. Actually, someone's probably rich as fuck over there because someone used the printer and turned it gold, and then everyone else sold them in pieces.
Oh, maybe our boy figured it out
Or there's like
that we left there in charge, and he's just having people come in and use his printer, and he's just getting gold from all these people turning into.
maybe the first person that got to the gold never stopped, and it took over the whole town, and it's like a apocalypse.
Damn!
What's
Imagine
that?
that
Midas, King Midas
we
kind of
just
thing.
killed like the whole world while we were on the other side, and really we're the villains.
Shit.
We're gonna come back. The whole world's everywhere.
Seriously, man.
Bavo is just a gold statue. His whole plot has been thwarted. We have to stop this gold spreading thing now by finding the Farns root.
Oh no, what's that? All the Farns roots been turned to gold?
No.
So you guys,
All right.
you guys
Yes.
done recapping?
I think we're ready to talk to this motherfucker.
Are there any other questions you have before we get going?
What's the answer?
42.
Okay.
All right, I have one question.
Yep.
Was the ritual that they performed at the recall, that was not at the same location as Masag thing, right?
What do you mean?
It wasn't like if I had like stuck up a flag in the air, like hypothetically, when I was freeing Masag, like would the otters have seen it? Like were they in that area? Like did they see us do
So
the freeing of Masag in that portal thing?
Tavi told you you guys are right now are somewhere in the swamp, right? You went under right about here, but you're somewhere in the swamp. Tavi said he came from over the mountains, the other side of the mountains, and he said these mountains were very treacherous and big. So Masag's area is to the north of the mountains. Does that?
Where's the rook geographically?
You don't know that yet. That hasn't been, I guess, revealed to you yet.
Yeah, now it kind of makes sense that Masag, in like multiple ways, why Masag and Lutera, because they were saying that's where the most corruption was coming from, was from that area. Because for them to, if they were either to attack them first, and maybe it's growing slowly, it would make sense to attack Masag and Lutera first to get them out of the group in general. Or if it's feeding off their power, it also makes sense either way, because they're probably the two most powerful of the six.
Well, Lutera
but if we freed it, the corruption should be going down over there.
What was that, Garrett?
Because Lutera in our plane had been frozen for hundreds of years. So in the Feywild time, that would have been thousands of years. Millions. Tens of thousands, whatever. I don't know the conversion rate. So this started so long ago. For this corruption to be.
Well, we should actually have an idea of when
Lutera and Masag were the starting point.
Well, we should actually have an idea of when it started, because the year of the year that we were in started after the sealing, I believe, right? If we were in year 1032 or whatever, that was years from the light being sealed away.
One moment, and I'll tell you the exact.
She was sealed around the year 700 then.
Yeah, so we could actually come up with a decent conversion rate based off our age compared to Tavi's age.
Would you like some calendar?
Yes.
Calendars? Okay. Hold on. So, the last date that you knew you guys were in the prime material plane, it was the 6th of Alpexia in the year 2309 AU.
And am I right? It was 2309. Yeah, please. But it was 2309. That's the year started after the sealing, right?
That's of Hilgarthian rule.
Oh, that's of Hilgarthian rule.
That's the last time we were in our world?
Yep.
The AU stands for
we're going to get back in a day has passed. Nothing's going to be different.
I hope so.
I don't think you're right. I don't think you're right on that, because we've been here for multiple days, right? Which multiple days here could equal months. Oh no!
No,
time goes faster.
You got it backwards.
I have it backwards. You're right.
Well, you can spend months here, and it would be days over there. So our couple of days here is minutes over there.
That motherfucker looked real strong, and he snapped his fingers and put us in a box to go to a slave facility. A lot could happen with him in a day, I think.
Yeah. Still pretty concerning. We got to talk to this guy. It's a gray hand.
He's obviously been alive down here for a long time and
seems
keeping his people safe moving around. So he's got to have information. If he's moving away from stuff, he's got to have information on why he's moving. Right?
He's a learned man.
Okay, does that settle it?
I guess my last question is there a map of Hilgarth somewhere?
Oh, is there a map of Hilgarth somewhere? He
I'm
says.
looking on your.
CraigHother.com and go over to the top left to click
Yeah.
the three things and then hit Hilgarth info.
Oh, there it is. Nailed it.
Ah!
Such a good man.
All right, and I still don't know that. I gotta remember during this conversation. You don't know the name Vavo.
Yes,
Yep.
we don't. He was just that dude who fucking spanked us.
I almost had him.
You did. No, actually, if anything, Merrick almost had him.
I never anyway.
You were like,
I
oh.
did have him, and he got fucking scared. He got scared.
You saw the glint
He
of
ran
fear.
away from me.
He did. He didn't banish you. He just moved everything else away. He was frightened.
Yeah, he just
You
moved
stayed
me
still.
away from him.
Yeah, you stayed still. Everything else moved. I think.
Things move around Merrick.
Yeah. All right, so let's bring you guys back to the Auto Sanctuary.
All right, let's tell him we gotta climb Fang Peak.
You guys keep saying that. Maybe he'll just fucking move you up there. You won't have to climb it. He'll go to under it and then just go up. You know?
And then there'll be nothing up there, and he'd be like, "Why'd I bring you here?"
Always wanted to see the top of Fang Peak. All right. So, you guys have spent the night here. You feel well rested. It's the next morning. How'd you guys sleep? You had beds provided to you. I
I
mean,
didn't.
better yeah, well, you don't count. How did you rest, Merrick? Was it a good rest?
Um. Yeah.
Where did you spend your time?
Probably.
You guys were like provided with
I was levitating over the pool in the middle.
that is exactly where I expected you to be, and it's been like this nice calming, like slow trickling of water coming from, like a nice little sploosh noise as the four different waterfalls all pool down into, and splash down gently into the pool around you.
Sploosh.
Yeah, four splooshes, and it's strangely harmonizing.
Sploosh, sploosh, sploosh.
Yeah, I don't even think I could do it without proper
Generally
vocal training.
drowning out the sound of the otter children.
Oh, they're all sleeping. They sleep at the night at all at
Oh,
the same
that's
time.
true. This is nighttime. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just been like the lights like kind of like grew dim slowly, like almost like this place was, had like a slow breath to it, and it's not dark in here, but it's just slightly dimmer than it was before. And they've all retreated to like their little caves on the side. But the other two, you guys were all provided with your own private little caves to sleep in with these sort of soft moss-like bedding and some nice, pillows and fur blankets.
Philo actually fell asleep right by the fire while she was playing cards with the kids.
Oh, that's so cute.
She put her head down and fell asleep right there.
Did Torque carry her to bed? He can now, easily.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I'd like to imagine he was just like, can I even do this? And you just like
And
effortlessly pick her up.
I think that additionally, he was just like hella thrilled about all the cool shit here and this whole like sanctuary place as a whole. And he just had a hard time sleeping because he wanted to understand how it all worked.
Cool. I like that. I like all this.
Philo slept like a baby because it made her very different from where she came from, but this small, tight knit community made her feel at home.
Oh, that's good. And guess what? You had a nice. I wouldn't say you had a dreamless sleep, but you had inconsequential dreams.
Nice.
Pleasant, even maybe. All right, it's the next morning. You guys woke up and saw little plates of food actually all ready for you, sitting inside the door when you arose. Merrick, you were, you watched as like a little, I wouldn't say a kid, but more like maybe a preteen era kind of Ottoman came up to the side of like the pool, saw you like levitating, like had like a plate of food in their hand, like looked to like what to do with it, like they were maybe going to throw it to you, but then they just like decided to not do that and just like put it down on the side. It just like bowed and walked away. But yeah, it's a nice medley of assorted root vegetables and fungus. And you see some large cooked insects in there. Like a grilled grub.
So are we at like a table with people?
Nope, these were left inside your room when you woke up.
Oh, okay. Oh, Philo definitely just devours it.
What's it? Is it smell alright? Like,
It smells pretty fucking good. It's seasoned. I mean, I don't know if Merrick has seen like.
okay, Merrick's using minor illusion to make it look like a chicken wing.
Oh yeah, honestly, it would probably be
Yeah,
minus the bone in the middle. It would probably be a similar texture to chicken wings. Yeah.
yeah. He's just making them like chicken tenders or whatever.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, the tenders probably work. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
It smells very similar to chicken.
Yeah, it's just he just didn't want to be poking around at a grub.
Fair.
Really is all the hang up was.
And honestly, once you get it in your mouth, your mouth will do the rest of the work. Your mouth doesn't care what you put in there; it's going to chew it. All right. So, you guys finish up your breakfast? You guys meet up before you do anything?
I mean, I definitely come out and look at the other two and go, "Wow, this place is amazing." I just I can't wait to talk to that Greyhand guy because I have a feeling maybe he knows quite a bit that could be of use to us.
Yeah, and just
Is that
remember
just what
this
Tori's
this place.
is?
Sorry, go ahead.
Say again, Jim?
Oh no, my bad.
And yes, just remember this place is amazing, but this is like an escape for them. I bet their home, where they all wish they were back to, is 10 times better than this. This is just their hiding spot. It's beautiful, but they're still on the run.
Yeah, it seems like
Eric,
this war has gotten pretty. Oh, go ahead, Garrett.
Merrick touches down lightly, as if graced with divinity and says, well, then it's about time we got some answers, isn't it? Wherever we know Greyhand to be.
Agreed, for the sake of whatever is happening in our world right now, and to hopefully help this world as well. We need answers, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm still a little lost.
Well, let's go find that fella then.
All right, you actually know where he is. He's in that little temple because he did say if you guys wanted to chit chat with him in the morning, he would be there. So as you approach, he's sitting in the middle of the temple on a comfy looking pillow, and he beckons you guys in, and it's you guys have a private audience with Greyhand.
Did he have the mage hands up, or did he bonus it?
Greyhand is a private audience with us.
He does not have his mage hands up.
So he boned us then?
He hasn't boned you yet, but he has all bones bare.
Now I'm scared.
Do you think he has, if he tapped a little beat, he would have Bone Thugs and Harmony?
All right, everybody. So that's been a great evening of.
I don't know why I
Grayson.
just pictured him playing
will
like the
see you
drums.
all.
I weirdly just pictured him playing the drums with like garbage cans and like like the thing with but using
Stomp.
his bone arms.
Nice. Like
Stomp,
out,
but
yeah.
with his bone.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
He says,
Good
what was his voice
morning.
like again?
You've built quite the community here. I imagine it could have been easy, but seems like you're keeping these people pretty safe.
I am just doing my part. But thank you. Your appreciation is noted and helps me. Now, how may I help you all? It's still going to be another day or so before we get to the rec hall. Or in the vicinity to travel there. I assume that is where y'all wanted to go. Right?
Speaking of that, would you mind pointing out where exactly that is? And then Merrick puts up in map. I would have preferred if we knew where we were going. Am I muted?
Sorry, I'm muted. I was the one muted. I can mark it on your map, but we are currently headed west-northwest.
Merrick changes the map to be of Eldar. This is going to be fun.
What's up?
fun.
Yeah, right about there.
Yeah, it was very moving.
So
The
beautiful.
location of the recall.
Yeah, you use by inference, you would guess that it's there. Um,
Okay.
'Cause that's where it is in the Feywild. So as I said, we should be in a safe distance within the day, and then it should take about 3 or 4 hours of travel time on foot to get there.
So did we just walk into the room and he's just like sitting on a pillow on the ground?
Yeah, he was expecting you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna move up to him and just sit next to him. That's like it. Hey, so I'm just gonna be honest with you here. I'm 19. I've been on this field for 19 years. No
Yet
offense.
wise beyond your age.
I'm doing my best, but you look like you've experienced a bit more than I have. And I'm trying to put this together because I imagine you want to save your world just as much as I want to save mine.
I would be just content with saving my people. But yes,
How long can you last like this? How long can you just keep running if it just keeps spreading?
we have been living in Mizzlemire for generations. I don't know how long we can keep running from the Amphians, but we can outlive their leader. Assuming the sickness doesn't spread to any offspring he may have.
But you know who we are, and you know what we've done.
Ah, I do. That's why we are heading towards the recall.
So you believe that we can stop this?
I believe you are our greatest hope.
I barely knew anything about... I knew nothing about Luther and Masad before we met them. And learning they have these siblings is... Do you know more? You've lived here your whole life, obviously. These 6 Archfey. Are they what kept the balance? So, if we free them, do you think we'll be able to stop this?
I know that I have been put in your path.
But have you met... I've been face to face with the person who is trying to destroy these worlds. Do you know who that is?
I do not. It has not been... The information has not been imparted upon me. I just know that I feel like I have been kept in the dark, quite honestly. It's okay. I have a task, and that task shall be completed without any dilly-dally.
I see. So your belief in Lutera and Vasag's goal is very strong. And this is the path they set you on?
Without Lutera and Masag, there is no changing, there is no life, there is no death. It is all like rock or clay, unchanging forever. Why wouldn't you worship and praise those forces that give you the chance to experience a difference? Give you a chance to feel the love and the pain in this world. Surely that's a gift worth celebrating, no?
I hope so, and I hope you're right, but I first learned about them a month ago.
Just because you have gained the knowledge of something that has been a part of you for your whole time that you've been alive does not mean it hasn't been there. Your ignorance of hunger does not mean it does not exist, if you know what I mean.
If what you say is true, and they've pretty much provided a lot of the happiness I've experienced in life, are you commit to this? But do you know about Luther and Masag? What do you know about their siblings more? Are they as, I guess, righteous as you say Masag and Lutera are?
We have had visitors of different religious sects is a kind of loaded term, but of different spirituality, I should say, that have worshipped the other archfey. There are, I guess, the ones they worship are the ones that they have feel most affected by in their life. Here in Mizzlemire, life and death are all around here. Death is an intricate part of the swamp. And life, you can see, feeds directly off of that death. It is all very close and very intricate, very personal in our lives here, in our culture here. That is also why we hold Lutera and Masag in reverence, because we see their work firsthand every day. I don't know, I can't say personally, if how the personalities of the other Archfey are. It's tough to say even the personality of Lutera and Masag. I've only heard stories. But can anyone truly know the personality of a god? Can any mortal truly know the machinations of a mind like that?
You're right, but thinking about it, I've met Lutera, I've met Masag, and they seemed a lot better than the being that pushed into our world. So we need more help for that being. I can only hope the best for these others, because we need it.
You could tell your dad when you said you met Lutera Masag. This dude like gives you like the okay eyes. Sure, we've all spoken to God, my friend. Sure.
He definitely doesn't catch on to that. She just knows she met him.
Yep. Just letting you know, like, if you were perceptive.
But he doesn't believe.
He's like,
it.
yeah, okay. He's like, yeah, sure. Maybe they've spoken to you. Sure, okay. I believe that, but like, you haven't met them. He doesn't believe that in the slightest. It'd be like telling a priest, "Oh yeah, I've met God." The priest is like, "I'm sure you have, child. Haven't we all?"
Yeah, because he was just spoken to by them, and
yeah. He prayed and got answers.
Yeah.
It's not like they were like, "Poof, here you go. Here's some cool powers. Zap, 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 zap. Thank you. See ya." All right. Does anybody else want to have a turn?
Wait, time out really quick. I just finally looked at this. Did you just get your arm done?
Yes.
That's
Thank you. I'm very excited.
He's skinny like a little.
I love it. I want to do my forearms all the way
It's
up
coming
to my
out so
shoulders and
well.
down my back. Because I kind of want to cover the tattoo I got before, but sorry, continue.
Thank you. I'm so excited about it. So I appreciate it.
So,
That's all I
So
have. I'm
did
ready.
Greyhand claim to actually hear them? Or when he was telling us about like they got freed and then he like heard their voice for the first time or something.
yeah, he spoke. He claims that
Or-
his prayers were answered, like literally answered in his brain, is what he claimed. Or at least that's how you read it. After they were freed. Well, I guess he wouldn't know it was after they were freed, but sometime in his lifetime, let's say, 7 or 10 years ago. It's tough to keep time down here really well. He was spoken to for the first time. You guys do know that. That's what he said in the last episode. Am I muted?
So
Okay.
no, I can hear you. I'm just
Processing.
a good way to transition, like to coldly transition to this thing that we have just discussed. So tell us again about how you came revere the sisters.
Are you asking me how I became a man of the cloth?
I'm asking how someone who, yes, yeah, I'm just asking how you got all started with this whole shebang.
Well, my father was a priest. So I guess my whole life I've really,
And
been involved with the temple.
but you did say that you had only first heard their voices, not only so many years ago.
A life of devotion has paid off.
Okay, so all right. I guess this is what I don't understand about the whole thing is how does someone blindly worship an entity that only exists as a story without any material proof or verifiable evidence?
He sits and ponders for a moment, and then he looks over at a mushroom blooming nearby, and he says, "Well, this is proof right here of Lutera and Masag's existence. If it were not for them, there would be no life nor death. We would not be here discussing this."
So, if you had never spoken to them, how did you know their names? How did you know where did the concept of them being sisters form?
So, that is not something I had really ever considered as the origin of religion. I'm sure there is an answer somewhere, but it's been mostly just, shared story, word of mouth. The same way any tale is passed down from ages and eons, right?
I suppose you just think that if your icon was, have reached out sooner. I just don't understand how you guys do this for so long with no
With no,
reassurance.
with no what? We have plenty of faith. That's all we
There's
need.
no like,
If I
see
may,
that
if I may, it does seem like if Lieutenant Masag were to reach out to somebody, it would be someone like this. Look what he's done for his people, and look what's turning into this. Look what this world has become. From this chaos, and he's keeping his people safe from it and avoiding it. If Lieutenant Masag were to reach out to anybody, it does feel like it would be to him. Right, Merrick?
maybe back then, but it seems to me that one who followed the principles of the sisters would not remove themselves from the cycle of everything, but instead choose life or choose death instead of hiding in a limbo in between both, neither living nor dead.
I don't know what you are imagining that is going on down here, but we are quite living.
Really?
Yes.
Is this the life?
It's a life. But I am a good shepherd. And I will lay down my life if necessary for my flock. But I will use the powers I have.
You your flock to die a slow death in this tomb.
And what would you do? Huh? What?
Maybe.
Oh no. Let's ask you. What would you do?
What are we doing? We, as he gestures to the four of them, are doing something about it.
We all have our
as you
parts.
have said, are your greatest hope.
Yes, you are. Because I am not able to do what you can. Have I not?
You move the mountains themselves to hide in your hole.
Have I not found you for my people?
The only power you lack is the will to fight for something better for your flock.
Merrick, I'm gonna have to disagree with you here. It seems like he did what he had to do to have his people survive.
The only reason I'm
Well,
not
what if he
the only
was-
reason
what if
I'm
he
not
wasn't
throwing him
here?
out of here right now is because I need him.
Well-
That was incredibly rude.
Let us in here. He's guiding us.
He gets up
We've
and he
been
walks
lost
away.
up top. Merrick, I know what you're thinking right now, and you're you're being cautious, but think about where we are. Think about what's happened to this world and what they've made it through to be here still. So we have hope. There's people in this world who have hope beyond all of the chaos that's happening. Look at Tavi. Tavi had to become look what Tavi had to become just to survive here. Do you remember what he was before this? You remember Tavi. And look at him now, what he became just from a few years of being here. This world is not what we've...
wrong with Tavi.
Tavi's changed. He's not the innocent little boy we used to know. He's had to adapt and change to survive here. Just like this group had to do. They had to adapt and change to survive here. You've met the horrible people who are causing this. Do you think this group, if they just ran at that person, tried to kill him, would survive? Is that what you're saying he should have done?
I'm not suggesting that they recklessly throw their lives away.
And they didn't. They were here at the
But
perfect
the
time to help
mindset-
us succeed.
I think if there's one thing that we can agree upon, is that a truly awful fate has befallen more than one world. I think we focus on getting to the anchor and learning everything we can. To work towards a solution here. And based off of what Philo and I went through, I mean, I've seen some weird shit in my day. But we got snapped into another world, like naked and afraid. We are going to need every ally that we can get. So, I do agree that we need to encourage significant action in the people we meet. And now is our opportunity to fix this. So, I don't necessarily disagree with you, Merrick. But I do think we need them as an ally.
Agreed. And trust me, America, I understand your distrust. Obviously, you know, I've disagreed with you before when you were right. I know I've done that. But it doesn't mean we have to shut down every opportunity that's available to us. I know the mistakes I've made, and I do trust your judgment. I do, and I understand where you're coming from, but I need you to really think about this and look at it in a bit of a bigger picture. How does this not make sense that this is who your gods, Lieutenant Masag, would reach out to? it just seems like he is the right person that they would that they would contact.
I may have been misunderstood in my intentions. Because I think everyone seems to think that I am suggesting that we don't work with the otter guy that's taking us to where we're going. And Merrick was trying to, I don't know, spur some fire of rebellion to, I don't know.
Well, you pissed
That's
him off.
that's
I'll
the
let you
vibe.
know.
Perfect.
Okay, that didn't really
That's
seem
the-
like
It
seemed a little off. You weren't given the
right.
you were not given the right vibe for that.
Wrong vibe.
So-
You walked into
that
this
was-
place that this guy has
You
like
were-
basically
you were-
given up his life
this
to
guy-
save people, and you were like, "Yo,
He's-
you did a
he's
shitty job."
literally dissolving his body to save his people.
You're like, "Man, can't you do more?"
And you're like, can't you do more?
Wow, why didn't you do anything,
he
man?
is slowly dying. His arms are dissolving because he's using so much his body's fucking power. And you're like,
That's
you're not
the
doing.
thing that-
You're. He's like,
exactly
you're
what
like, you're doing jack shit,
What did
bitch.
you do though? It's not.
What?
He wasn't saying that he's not doing anything. What he was saying is that Lutera and Misog are the ends of the spectrum, life and death. So by choosing this hide in the middle thing, you're essentially like he's trying to like show him that this isn't really what you would choose. You would pick one. You would, whether you end up dead in the end or not, you would still.
No, because he could just be surviving, believing in that faith that eventually his gods will come through. And not everyone in every story. Think about even our history. Not everyone in every situation is a fucking savior. There's fucking people who are just like.
Well, and also his
believe.
whole speech was like,
But that
Lutera Masag gave you the opportunity. This is light living. We're not rocks. Rocks would be rejecting Lutera Masag. But I mean, I'll let you know how you came off. You came off like a real dick.
You did. I agree. Because I think this guy I think this guy doesn't need any more of a spark. I think this guy has the spark to want to save his world and his people already.
And you also basically told a lifelong
Probably
priest,
way more of a
"Hey,
spark than any
you
of
don't
us do at this
understand
point."
how your gods work.
And like probably way more of a spark than like any of us have, because he's been doing this
Because
for
you
years.
also
He's been-
let-
he's
you
been
also let it off
believing
with
so
the-
hard that what he's been doing is crazy.
Well, and you did lead off with the, "Hey, how come you idiots believe in this stuff without any proof?"
Which also was a little kind of concerning about the way you say a little bit is like it's just like it's a god, right? There's so many stories in every universe.
I get it,
and every
Garrett.
thing
You
of
don't
gods.
like organized religion, but it's the same thing as how could people believe in real God, like God today, with no proof?
I realized that as I was halfway down the path, and I was already in conversation with him, and I was like,
committed.
because they're real people. So I was like, how do you? I don't know. It didn't occur to me that they were.
What was Merrick? What was Merrick's religion
Whatever.
before he was a warlock?
Like booze
Yeah, and
in the tavern and
yeah, so
playing the lute. Like
that-
he's confused at how they can spend their leaving in nothing. Yes.
Yep.
And then just have it suddenly pop up. It just seems so coincidental to him.
well, I mean, his dad has always said God talked to him.
See, to me, it doesn't seem like it's coincidental. See, in this situation, it doesn't seem like it's coincidental to me. He was saving his people and hoping for something greater to happen. No matter what that was, he believed that he could save his people. And eventually that time
And
came.
then it just happens like out of nowhere. It's so coincidental.
It's not out of nowhere. You made it happen.
You made it happen.
So I don't know what you're talking about. You made it happen, my friend. Your actions have consequences. This was one of them. You fomented this man's religious belief of his entire life by his actual God. You freed it. He doesn't know that actually, but
why wouldn't
that's what
the two
happened.
gods that why wouldn't you think the two gods that you give your faith to and think that they would enlist other people to help in the cause?
Well, they weren't existing though. They're just randos that showed up, kind of like.
He knew about Luther Masag before
Kinda.
we met them. They're not randos that show up. They were here way before. They were here way before Philo
I'm
existed.
yelling. I don't need to.
Like Philo's 19 years old. They were here way before Philo. You should be questioning me. Why am I involved?
You knew about Thor or something, like a story. You heard a story about something. That's not knowing.
Yeah, but they were in the
Hey,
world
Garrett,
where
Garrett, you know what the difference is?
These
Hold on,
six
Ryan, I got this.
archfey existed.
Right. Garrett, the difference is faith. That's it. I can never understand faith. I get it. I'm on the same boat as you, bro. I don't understand it. It's still something that conscious beings do though. So, got to live with it.
I love the idea of faith.
Well, this is.
But I believe in having faith in yourself.
It's gonna frame the whole relationship between Merrick and Graham, because he is diametrically opposed to like a faith-based worshiping, even though it's the same, even though they're at the same side, we're like going directly towards the same goal.
Oh yeah,
Merrick's
that's cool.
like.
See, I think it's
Does
kind
not
of
agree with
I
the
almost think it's kind of
methodology.
bullshit that you, as Merrick, are questioning him, who lives in the Feywild, who worships one of the six archfey, who just started really getting involved with them a month ago, and you're questioning this guy who lived in the Feywild his entire life, that was ruled by the six archfey, and you're questioning him.
Yeah, we're gonna move on from this.
Merrick is what?
No, hey, we're gonna move on from this. Merrick has a
That's
problem with
fine,
organized
because
religion. I'm
That's
okay with
exactly
that.
what Merrick would do.
I'm okay with that. I'm just letting you know he walked out on you. He thinks you're a dick. He doesn't like you. And that's just the way it's going to be. Right now.
He still has to do everything. He can go off in a huff, like a child.
Oh, he did it in the middle of you guys talking. He got up and left when you said your bit. So yeah, we're there now.
Can Torek still see this guy?
Oh yeah, he was tough. Basically, while Philo and Merrick were talking to each other, you saw him walk off. Yes.
Can I approach him, or is he steaming?
You could definitely catch. He does look a little insulted, but you can definitely catch up to him and chit chat with him if you'd like.
Okay. I'd like to catch up and chit chat with him.
All right.
I walk up to him and say, mind if I have a moment of your time?
One moment, as long as you're not as blatantly rude as your compatriot.
How about this? You tell me when you're done talking, and we'll be done talking.
Fine, but we're gonna keep walking.
You got it, boss. I see you as a man who understands the concept of sacrifice, and I tap my my amputated leg. You know what you got to understand is, well, no, I know you understand this. I think we're all kind of freaked out a little bit. I think in the last year of our time, we've learned that the world is a lot different than we thought it was. And it ain't so certain, and it ain't so safe. And we're kind of stumbling our way through this. We want to help clear the corruption from this land, get things back to the way they were, because there's a whole world of people that we love and care about that we're a whole world away from protecting. And I think you seem to be somebody who can understand the concept of trying to protect the people you care about. It kind of becomes everything that's important. So, when we get there, we would just appreciate your guidance, any knowledge you can share on these Archfey, anything that can help us reach them. Maybe make both worlds a little bit safer for everyone. And if along the way we can understand what the heck happened between yous and the Amphians and maybe be of some help there.
He stops walking.
I'm for one and willing to help. I am for one and willing to help.
He stops walking and he says, I will help you, but know that I am not doing it for your benefit or his benefit. I am doing it for my people's benefit.
I think that's the only motivation you need, boss. And I'll leave you to your tasks. I appreciate your time.
He just grunts and walks off.
I circle back with the other two and say,
I like to imagine they're like still arguing and they like didn't even notice you left.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I like that. I don't know if it's arguing, it's discussing. Okay.
Right, discussing heatedly.
Discussing heatedly.
Oh, so we have a term for that, arguing.
so I come back to the other two and say, hey, you two, I think we're here. We should collect ourselves and get ready. Who knows what lies ahead?
Yeah, I bet whatever it is isn't going to be fun. Oh, you're right.
Oh, let's just wait and let something good fall in our lap. That'll take care of our problem for us.
You know
have
what?
A better plan. I'm ready to hear it.
I think I know what will solve this problem. I think Philo, I think you need to warm up them muscles a little bit, and I'm here to help you. We're gonna get limber, and Merrick, this is gonna be funny. So I think it's gonna help.
Merrick, hold on one moment. After the moment Merrick said that something good is gonna land in our lap, a chunk of like brown, smelly mushroom fell actually from the ceiling and landed on Merrick's lap.
Mushroom from the ceiling?
Yep, a smelly brown one.
Oh, you see that? That's your negative thoughts compiling.
Hey, all right,
what were you saying? All right, what were you saying, Tor?
Philo, I challenge you to an arm wrestle.
Mushroom.
You challenging me?
I challenge you to good old-fashioned arm wrestle. I'm going to whoop you. I ain't so old.
That little belt I gave you is really going to help you against me?
I think that I never needed the belt, but I'm going to beat you with it anyways. Come on. I'm spry.
You're not going to take it off beforehand to prove? No, all right, no, keep it on. Keep it on. Let's do this.
Remember, the loser is eating this mushroom. Nice and juicy.
All right, Craig, how do we handle this?
Strength contest or strength checks against each other. Higher one wins.
Oh, 22. Let's go.
Can I
Yes!
use inspiration
Oh,
Absolutely,
what?
you can.
to gain
Fuck!
advantage?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna use my inspiration
That you've held on to for 20 plus
for
sessions.
20.
So the way this is going to happen is Torek was like starting to overpower you. But the thing is, you just realize that he is such a small man. He is very strong, but he doesn't have a lot of grip on the ground because of his peg leg and his 1 foot. So you just realize if you just you held on for a moment, just digging really in, and he actually his whole body started to your arms aren't moving, but his body is just flexing
Turning.
upwards. Yeah, just like flexing in the air. And eventually you get his foot off the ground and he just fucking spins and flies off. And won the fucking arm wrestle contest.
Philo stands up, shakes her arm a little bit.
There's
I might have to take that belt back.
There's a 2-inch gouge in the ground.
Yeah, that was pretty good, old Philo. All right, now you're limber. I went easy on you. Next time we'll turn it up a notch.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm pretty good at tetherball now. You want to do that? Maybe that's something you can beat me at.
We might need to start up some sort of intramural team. You know what I mean? See if they got a little travel thing going on.
Oh, we could travel across the Feywild to go to
Yeah.
the sports shop. Yeah.
We got to bring it back to Hillgarth. You know what I mean? Start up a local team.
Oh, we learn here. We might just come back with some stuff they don't know about.
That's right. All right. Let's go. Let's go see this place, huh? I mean, this thing's. It feels like it stopped moving a little while ago, and I think we're here. Are you guys ready to go?
Are we here, or was that not the place?
Yeah, you're here. Fuck it. He's right. But
Yeah,
we're not going to
as
start it
far
tonight.
as-
We're going to start
As far
it.
as I'm concerned, sorry, Greg. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're right. As far as you're concerned, your arm wrestling match did a montage.
I was gonna say my kit's packed and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, we basically, unless you guys
I could
wanted
do
to
way
do
more
anything
bullshit
else.
scenes right now.
We could do way more bullshit
We can
scenes.
see if they have any more alcohol. If they have alcohol in this down here, and we can get fucked up.
Torek, you lost.
Oh yeah,
You know what
Torek's
that
got to eat the
means?
mushroom.
All right.
That's right.
Open up, buddy.
I was hoping we were gonna
Forget about that.
avoid
Yeah.
that.
All right.
Yeah.
Constitution save. You go.
Curse
you
number
go and take
two.
you take a bite. It's in your mouth. Constitution save.
Craig,
You swallow it. Constitution save.
Oh, jeez. again.
Oh god, it hits your stomach and it's like fucking 8 Pepto-Bismol, 8 Alka-Seltzer pluses just hit your fucking stomach. You feel like a seagull right now and you just burp and vomit everywhere. Oh god, and it's like a sickly yellow somehow. Oh, it's gnarly. And it smells
gross.
like rotten cow.
Hey, you know,
Torque, I'll give you one chance to make up for this right now. We'll do it straight up. If you beat me in another wrestle match, you gain dominance. You already lost, so you get your pride back. But if I win, I get your golden foot for 30 seconds.
you know what? Oh, Jesus Christ, Greg. Yeah, you're on. You're on. Let's go for it.
Strength contest.
All right.
Yeah.
You actually like slip on his bio. Like you get he didn't fully clean up all of the vomit from like his beard and face. So like as you're like going to fucking arm wrestle, you just catch a fucking whiff of it, and oh
I
god,
slam my face at the counter.
oh yeah, like you're just like you let go of his hand, like you're just like God no you win whatever I gotta get out of here.
Wait, did that count? Wait.
Vomits.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Oh, I gotta wash my feet.
yeah, you do.
Man, I
It's
should have named my price. There's a whole half of that bet that didn't even happen.
All right.
I mean, of course I won.
I think we're gonna end it there. That's a good little scene to end it on, I think.
I like it.
I love this belt.
This is so funny. I love it too. I just love the
Oh,
shenanigans you're in.
Make sure you check that ring and make sure it's all topped off.